Bichlal, the Rebbe didn't like the idea that people would grab Shirayim. Used to be that when the Rebbe would finish a Farbrengen and leave the Farbrengen, people would run up to the stage and grab from the cake that was left over in the plate that they put in front of the Rebbe. They also used to do that when the Rebbe would eat the Suda upstairs. In those years where the Rebbe still would eat Yontev Dike meals in the Friedrich Rebbe's apartment. So the waiters, when they would take off the plates and they would take off the Rebbe's plate, they would take the Shirayim, they would give it to other people also. But that was done in private. No one really saw them grabbing. But by the Farbrenges, you were able to see that people would just run and grab the Shirayim, to say, grab the Rebbe's, the Mezainas that was left over from when the Rebbe took a little bit of it. And people would give it out to other people also, etc., etc. The Rebbe didn't like it. And the Rebbe spoke about it quite a few times. He spoke about it in the Yuds, which that I don't remember. But what I remember, he spoke about it in Shabbos Parshas Vayelech, which was Shabbos Tshuva Tovshin Chov Beis. And then he spoke about it again in another Farbrengen that same time, Shabbos Parshas Hazinu, which was Yud Gimel Tishrei, Tovshin Chov Beis also, Behemshech. So I'm going to repeat what the Rebbe said in these Farbrengens. In the Farbrengen as Shabbos Vayelech Tovshin Chov Beis, the Rebbe said that there are people who are waiting and counting the minutes when we'll finish the Siches and the Maimorim, which means finish the Farbrengen, so they should be able to grab a piece of Mezainas or grab the water. And they should also be able to give it out to others. And they do it in a way that everybody could see that he is the one that was matzliach to grab a kazayis or two kazaysim or even like a kesves and even a chelikari. And he is the one that gives it out to others. But mainly he'll fall into the category of what the Pasuk says, Toiv ayin hu yeveirach, that person who has a good eye, which means which gives things to others, he is blessed, so he'll fall into that category. And this happens a whole year. Certainly now in these days when a lot of people came here from different places, so then if a person grabs, Shameh Heilig B'Kol HaMedina, so then people will know about it in all countries because everyone will know some other places that the person who came from there and there, in his place, they'll know that he grabbed the Shirayim and he's the one that gave it out. So the Rebbe says, I want everyone to know that the Seder of grabbing Shirayim was not a Seder in Lubavitch. It's not something that's done in Chabad. The Friedrich Rebbe said, Rebbe the Shver did sometimes do it, give out, but that was only sometimes, and mainly, it became later on. B'kvias, certain things got set up, but it's all started that from time to time we used to do it. But the main purpose was bitnai that they should add in learning Torah and add in davening. And then the Rebbe said, what's it negeya to me? So he said, if I would be sitting in my room all alone, then mele. So you do things which is not really what Chabad is. But I'm here, I'm standing here, I'm sitting here, and I have to see all this. So therefore, the Rebbe said, it's my obligation that to tell people that without the Tnai that comes along with it, that you have to add in Limud HaTorah and Avedas Atfilah, this is against the Rotzen of the Friedrich Rebbe. This is what the Rebbe said by the Farbrengen of Shabbos Parshas Vayelech Tovshin Chov Beis. Then he continued this same inyan in the Farbrengen of Shabbos Parshas Hazinu Tovshin Chov Beis, and that will be in the next voice note.